Hello everyone, in this video we will see what is S3 Lifecycle Policies and how we can configure it. So before moving forward, you should just understand what is this. So basically what happens whenever you upload some file in your S3 bucket, right? So suppose you are working in an project where you get some feed files, okay, and then you do something on that data and then you export do some output you get or anything you do processing, okay. After that you don't need these files, right? You don't want to keep this file on your bucket, or you just want to delete it, and you don't want to do it on the daily basis, right? So in that case you can just implement or configure some rule for lifecycle policy. So that means basically you want to move your data after some certain days to some other bucket, or not some other buckets, to some other, like you have like other bucket tiers, you can say. So we have different tiers of bucket, okay, that we will see. So life cycle policies basically we use to move data from one tier to another tier, and for that we create some rules, okay, so that we'll see. So first of all you need to create a bucket, so let's do that first. So here I will just give it a name, my bucket, and some random number to make this unique. And you can enable versioning or disable, anything is fine. So if you enable it, then some rules will be there that you can use it, so I'll just enable it, it's fine. Okay, so next to configure the rules, just you have to go into this bucket and you will see something called here management. Click on it and then you will see here lifecycle configuration. You can just read it, like to manage your objects so that they are stored cost effectively throughout their life cycle, then you can configure. So you can also read what is lifecycle configuration, basically a set of rules that define actions that emergency applies to a group of objects, okay. So now let's create this rule. So just click on this create lifecycle rule button, and then here will enter name. So move objects I will just write, and then you will set scope, whether you want to limit the scope to some certain filters, like you want to give with some files which starts with some data or any prefix you want to give, or you want to move everything whatever is present in the bucket. So I will go for this one, and yeah, I acknowledge. Then you have lifecycle rule action, so each is having separate meaning. So first a transaction current version of object between storage classes. So if you have done this versioning thing, so there you will see if you upload a file with the same name, it creates a new version, right? So it keeps the older version as well and the new version as well. If you don't have versioning enabled, then it simply overrides. So with this one, this first option is basically for the original file, current version, whatever will be there. And this one is for your non-current version, that is the file which is like which comes after versioning, or which you might have overwritten that one. Next, expire current object version, it basically means you want to delete those files. Then permanently delete non-current versions. Then delete expired object, like whenever versioning is enabled, then when you delete some file, then at that time it creates a delete marker. So for that, if you want to do, so I will go with the first option only. Just want to keep it simple so that you will understand. So transition current version of objects between storage classes, okay. Then you have your choose standard class transition, so from where to where you want to move. So each is having different costing, okay. So for glacier, if you move it, then you can keep your file for 180 days, then flexible is 90 days, retrieval is also 90 days. And also you can see timing difference. Glacier deep archive takes around hours, then minutes to hours, then milliseconds. Then some one should infrequent access is there, like infrequently accessed data, if it is there that you want to move. Intelligent tearing, if that pattern is not fixed, like when that file is getting access not fixed, then you can choose this intelligent tearing option, okay. So I just want to infrequent access data once a month with millisecond access. So I will just give a name, give a number of days, anything 20 days, and you can simply go and create a rule. And yeah, obviously you need to just to I acknowledge. So you can read for a lifecycle transaction action, it request corresponds to an object transition. Then you need to, yeah, obviously go and check the pricing. So just create a rule. So here you can see rule has been created. So with this, what will happen whenever you will upload any object, and after 30 days it will be moved to your different tier. So in this way you can just create your rules, right, lifecycle rules. And that's it for this video. And now first let's delete it to like to save costing. Okay, so I've deleted, and also make sure to delete your bucket. So this video was just to demonstrate how you can configure your lifecycle rules and what it is lifecycle policies. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys.